Welcome back to Brian's action figure reviews, and today I've got a brand new Marvel Legends review for you. It is from, now I don't know, do they call these, to say this name still, but they were the Legendary Riders series back in the Toy Biz days. But looking at the box, it just says Marvel Legends series. So this is the Cosmic Ghostrider. Frank Castle is the Ghostrider. Supernatural powers transform Frank Castle from a force of retribution into an eternal spirit of vengeance. I got this from Big Bang Comics in Dublin in Ireland. I've been reading Thanos Wins lately by Donny Cates and the Cosmic Ghostrider within that story, of course. And it's absolutely phenomenal. So I would totally recommend people check that out. Cosmic Ghostrider, where he's big. Sometimes he's a herald of Galactus, and he begins working for Thanos as well, and also goes back in time to find baby Thanos. And I think that's where the whole Don Cheadle thing from Endgame came from, where he wanted to go back in time and kill or choke out baby Thanos. Thanos, I don't know how you pronounce it where you live, but that's how I pronounce it. But this is an awesome story arc, and I just had to pick up the figure to go with it. And of course the Fallen Surfer and King Thanos, who is coming soon as well. I'm getting those two as well, so I had to get this guy to start that little collection of that class storyline. So guys, he looks absolutely incredible. If you look at the back of the box, you see him in all his glory there, and it's going to take up quite a lot of shelf room as well, I would say. On the side, you've got him, such cool artwork there, and of course at the front you've got the figure itself. On the bottom there you've got the Ghostrider logo and all the legally stuff at the bottom. So let's get Frank Castle out of the box. Right guys, here is the Cosmic Ghostrider out of the box, and as you can tell, it is huge. The bike is massive. Yeah, it's come with a lot of accessories and stuff, and this Frank Castle Ghostrider is absolutely incredible. It definitely lives up to the comic from which it comes from. As for the figure itself, there's some awesome paint. You see all the little blue dots and stuff around here, and on the back there's a kind of this metallic-y feel to it, and you can even feel like the burns from the Ghostrider. Well, I'm presuming the burns the Ghostrider causes to this individual who is Frank Castle, which is still crazy to me. Yeah, so the spikes look great. They lift up, so you don't lose any articulation. Not really, anyway. The head case pops off, and you do see the Ghostrider skull in there, and you do get movement, and even the flame moves independently as well. So that is a nice touch. Pop that back on there. So let's look at some articulation. The hands, this does move, but I wouldn't be too pushy with it because it's just held on there, and I wouldn't want to tear it. He does have bicep swivels and double jointed elbows, which you do get a good bend on that. The hands, this thing does move around. Doesn't stop you from getting a wrist swivel either. And also goes up and down. So you do get plenty of range on that. Now, instead of an ab crunch, you've got a diaphragm joint, which is just as good. You get loads of movement on it. If you do go back, of course, you do get the hole in the chest there, which is unsightly. There is no waist swivel because of this. But the legs, you get a good range of movement on the legs as well. You can kick really, really high. There is no thigh swivel either. Well, it is, but it's hidden in here. So it's not great, the old thigh swivel on this one. He does have double jointed knees, which go about here because of the armor and stuff holding it. You do get ankle rockers, which both go up and down. So with the figure out of the way, let's look at some of the accessories he comes with. He does come with the same chain that came with the previous Riders Ghostrider. This one is a lot thicker or stiffer. It's not as fall away. Is that even a word? And it does sit in his hands pretty well. When he's not riding his bike, he can whip people with his Hellfire chain. And that's really, really cool. Let's put the rider to the side for the moment. Taking these blasters out of the bike. They do holster, which is awesome. So he comes with 2 of these Cosmic blasters. Whoop, dropping it again. And they are really, really nice. Each one comes with a flame effect as well, which in theory should fit over it. Let's try this one. Maybe they're different for each one. Yeah, each one has its own individual one, which is quite cool. And you get a cool flame effect on the gun. And the same on this one. They are 2 different guns actually, now that I think of it. So very accurate and very, very cool on the gun. So you've got the flaming pistols there. Now onto the bike. Now when I open it, this did come separately. This was all one piece that separated together to make the kind of cool cosmic wheel of doom. It does have a stand as well, which is awesome. So you can get him to go all over town. He does have holsters as well for the guns. And overall, this bike is incredible. It is huge. It takes up a lot of space on the shelf. Be the only negative. That's not a negative though if you want it on the shelf, obviously. But it takes up a lot of space, much like most of the other bikes really. And again, with the guns, there is specific holsters for each one. So they haven't done anything by halves here. They've done it all pretty right. And if you take that off, he is nice and movable. And he does fit perfectly onto the bike. And his hands do go over the handlebars. So you can actually legitimately have him sitting on it with the pedals, the whole lot. So guys, like, I could go on talking about more about this bike, but I'm just going to leave you with that picture. It looks fantastic. Definitely go out and buy this if you're a fan of this arc, or even if you're just a fan of Ghostrider. It's an excellent piece, and I would recommend it to anybody. So guys, that's been Brian's action figure reviews. I hope you enjoyed the video, and hope to see you back for more really, really soon. Bye. No.